When you're building an inlay, chances are good that there will be some sort of gap that needs to be fixed. Not always, but sometimes. And if there is, and like this one right here, there's a little gap there. It's noticeable, not very noticeable, but it's noticeable enough that I can fix it. And to fix it, all I'm going to do is smear a little glue into the gap with my finger. I'm just going to press the glue in there with my finger, rub it in. Then I'm going to wipe the excess glue off and then sand over it. I'm sure you've done this before too. It's a real simple technique, and it will make any of those gaps disappear and the lines will just blur. All right, well, we can see how we did now. I'll zoom in a little bit and take a look, and all in all, those gaps are pretty much gone. There's a little bit showing, but not much. And this one here will look a lot better too. And when you zoom out, you won't see them at all. So the next thing I need to do is I need to take these off of their backing. I need to take the ornaments off of the backing material, and then I need to do the final sanding on them. And to sand them, I'm just going to use my my RO sander up here. Yep, this bad boy right here. I'm going to use 220 grit sandpaper. Then I'm going to sand the tops, the bottoms, and of course, all of the edges. You don't need to see me sand, so I will see you when I am through sanding. The ornaments have been sanded, both the front side, the back side, and the edges. I also went around the edges and softened them all up, so there's no more sharp edges anywhere. The next thing to do is put on some sort of finish. Personally, I like to use tung oil, but I'm out of tung oil tonight. So instead, I'm going to use tried and true. It works just fine. I've used it before. I'll put on a coat, wait 24 hours, let it dry. Put on another coat, wait 24 hours, let it dry. Put on a third coat, wait 24 hours, maybe give it 48 hours. And then I will put on some polyurethane. After that, then my ornaments will be finished. I've applied the second coat of tried and true to the ornaments. And the Cocobolo and the Yellow Heart, they're really looking pretty good. I'm very pleased with how these are turning out. I gotta let the oil dry for another 24 hours. Then tomorrow night I'll put the third and final coat of tried and true on. Then I'll let it dry 48 hours before I put any polyurethane on. Well, both sets of ornaments have now had 3 coats of tried and true applied to them. The last coat was put on 72 hours or so ago, so I'm pretty sure it's dry enough now that I can apply some polyurethane to it. I'm going to use General Finishes. I really like it. It's a little expensive, but I don't mind. I use a sponge brush to apply it. Just follow the instructions on the can. This comes in high gloss, semi-gloss, and no gloss, and whatever kind of gloss or shininess you want is up to you. I got like 2 coats to put on this. I'll put on the first coat right now. I'll wait 2 hours and then I'll put on the second coat and then I will be done.